Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be playing at my home course that I got to help design. Let's get into it. Alright, I'm just going to throw this at the start of the video, but we're out here on hole 5. And I just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor for today's video. So I know you might be thinking to yourself, how'd you get sponsored so early? And that's because it's my wife. My wife is a small business owner. She sells handmade crocheted items. Right now she's doing a lot of winter stuff to keep you warm, keep you dry. She's got hats like this one I'm wearing right here, some mittens, scarves, headbands for adults and kids and babies. So if you're playing disc golf this season, you're in the snow trying to figure out how you're going to stay warm, pick up one of these hats, pick up some mittens, pick up some for your girlfriend, your wife, your husband, whoever it may be. Yeah, so I'll link all her stuff down below for her Instagram and Etsy shop that she has where you can pick up some of these hats. So yeah, this is an 18-hole course on my in-laws' property. We got 4 acres to play with. It was really fun designing it with my brother-in-law. We kind of figured out where to put all the baskets. We got 6 of them out here. Yeah, where to be able to find 3 holes for each basket where it made sense. So yeah, let's go. Hole 1 is 270 feet. Kind of finishes straight up there into the woods at the very back there. Could either go with a backhand, kind of a turnover for right-handed players, or a forehand. Just because of the snow and the cold, forehand doesn't feel too good with playing with gloves, so we're going to go backhand. I'm going to go with my inertia. Alright, that should be pretty good. Probably got a 20-foot putt. We've been kind of playing around with where to have the basket. It used to just be kind of sitting right out on the edge of the woods. We decided to move it in here recently, just to add a little bit of a challenge for us as we're playing. Here. As we go along, I'll kind of point some things out that we thought of changing or kind of just adjusting as we play, because we can design it however we want, so we can change it up, which is really nice. So if we feel like a shot's getting a little boring, we move it, adjust the tee pad. So that's kind of what we did here with hole 1. The basket used to sit out on the edge of the woods. I'll kind of show you where in a second. So we moved it in, make it a little bit harder, a little bit different. All right. As you guys can see, the basket's kind of tucked right in there by those trees. It used to be kind of right over here by where this tire is. So now it's got a couple trees guarding it. Just gotta make sure you land in the right spot. So as long as you stay out of the woods on that initial drive, par should be a pretty good score as long as you have the arm for it. If you get into the woods, it can get tricky. But yeah. All right, so we're on the tee pad for hole 2 here. Plays, I want to say just around 200 feet. Straight through this gap. Right now there's a bit of a low ceiling because of all the snow. The pine tree limbs will hang a lot lower than they normally would. Normally this is fairly open. But yeah, so straight through there and then finish up and to the right. You can either go with like an overstable mid-range on a forehand or something flippy for putter or mid on a backhand. I think with the line, even though throwing a forehand with gloves isn't ideal, I don't know. I think we'll try both. I'll kind of show you both lines. I think the one we'll play from though, I think we'll go back, or I think we'll go forehand. don't know if you guys could tell, I hit that tree and I have no idea where it went. I don't know if it just dropped. It's a problem trying to throw a clear disc in the snow. Now I'm gonna go with my proxy on the back end. Alright, so we got some looking to do. Couldn't see that one either. Kind of went up and over the tree. A little bit of a higher line than I meant to, but should be a good lie either way. Okay, so not an ideal landing spot. The basket, if you can see, it's kind of right behind this big tree right here. Probably about 50, 60 feet away from it. That I'm gonna play from the proxy first. And then the EMAC Truth that we threw in the forehand, I actually got it pretty good. Lie based off of how early we hit that tree. So that push forward, kind of straight in line, maybe 20 feet farther, 10 feet farther. So I think been practicing a little bit with rollers, forehand rollers especially. So I think we're gonna go the zone on a forehand roller. Yeah, that should be really good. Something I was realizing last night when I was playing out here with my brother-in-law is how important it is to play for par. Through these first two holes, I mean, right now we're about to be even. But last night I was 3 over. Kind of got really discouraged. Parred a couple holes, hole 5, took a double, and so I was 5 over through the first 5 holes. He was beating me by about 2 strokes. Didn't feel good. So I just kind of tried to take a mental reset, just make sure I was playing for par. So I made sure I was throwing more putters, more mid-ranges, and we only played the front 9, but through those 9 I was able to catch him and beat him by 1. So that was good, and just a good reminder for me and hopefully for you guys of just how important making sure, like, going for pars rather than like running a 40-foot putt that turns into a bogey. So you could just easily lay up, take your par, and move on, save a stroke. So yeah, just some advice for you, just from my own personal experience. All right, and try and make this putt from the zone back here, and then tap in that proxy. All right, so we're even through 2, on to hole 3 now. Hole 3, again, kind of right around 200 feet. Most of the holes out here are somewhere between 200 to 250. Just with a limited space, it was the best we could do. And just kind of, yeah, what we had to work with here in the woods. So yeah, hole 3, 250. Kind of aiming right at that tall, skinny tree out there. Just pushes a little bit past that and a little to the left. I can go with my proxy. Alright, not at all the line I meant to take. Yeah, I've been trying to work on some footwork stuff today, and that messed me up in my line. So let's go see what we can do with that. Alright, so sorry you don't have the greatest view of the basket. Kind kind of straight through these bushes over here. Kind of by that big tree a little bit back. I think I have a little bit of a forehand gap. Can go with the zone. Just push it high on a hyzer and let it crash towards the basket. Alright, so I'll be honest with you guys. Walking up, I was questioning whether the zone was the right disc. Thought about discing up to my UMAC Truth. Just kind of hesitant on what to do. But I stuck with my gut of the zone, pumped it out, and we're parked at the basket, which is great. I really thought that like a bogey was gonna be the best score we could get after that, but really happy about that upshot. When I thought I was gonna be with the zone, I thought I was gonna undershoot the basket. We kind of overshot it actually. Probably 15-foot look, so let's see if we can capitalize on that upshot. Just gonna blame that one on the snow. So let's go on to hole 4. All right, hole 4, 1 over. Again, somewhere in the 200-foot mark. I'll leave it down below here. Playing through this gap and then just crashing to the right. You can go with the UMAC Truth on the forehand. I don't know how well you guys can see it out here. There's kind of a thin pine tree with a few branches on it. I try and aim just above that and let it crash over. The basket kind of sits on the side of the hill up there. So we hit those initial branches, and I heard it hit the ground, but I don't know where. So that's a bummer. So not a bad drive with the Truth. Kind of landed ourselves on the side of a hill. Basket kind of sits right up there in that cluster of trees, or just past them. One quick little tip for you: if you guys are ever playing disc golf in the snow, and you're trying to look for a disc, try and not walk around everywhere that you normally would looking for it. Try and take as few steps into fresh snow as possible. Because a lot of times you can see like where the disc hit, slid, or rolled, and will really help you find it. So, but if your feet, you got footprints everywhere, it's a lot harder to find them. So yeah, it's a good tip for you. I think we're just gonna take a putter, just kind of lay up, keep it to the right, and let it crash down the hill a little bit. All right, so I was working on getting you guys set up for my putt, and then I realized where I landed. So I'm just gonna tap this in. Not even gonna set the tripod up. Move it on. Hole 5. All right, hole 5. 1 over par still. I'm gonna play from the newer tee pad. We used to play from right down here. Yeah, right down there. But I was realizing there's a big tree. Where is it? That big tree right there was kind of right at the corner of the tee pad. And throwing backhand, I always got scared, even though it was a little bit off the tee pad. I was always scared I was going to hit my hand on my follow through. Never actually did, but that's something I always got nervous about. So, and it was a bit of a more difficult line. So we moved it over here a little bit. Plays about 260 through this valley up to the hill where hole 3's basket was. Like I said at the start, we have 6 baskets out here, and so we reuse them all 3 times a piece. Go with my Thunderbird. Alright, you know, I was gonna go with my Thunderbird. But yesterday I threw it, hit a tree early, and obviously not every time I'm gonna hit a tree. And I don't have to change a disc just because I had one bad hole with it. I think we're going with the Buzz. Probably won't be able to get a 2 with it. But I feel like my odds for now, we're going Thunderbird. Alright, so we're going Thunderbird. Let's see if we can get a 2 here. Alright, I think we left it a little bit short, but still should be a pretty solid drive. Alright, what's up? Alright, so pretty good drive. Get the basket up there. Kinda got lucky. I thought I was gonna have these trees over here blocking my path, but I think we'll be able to do a straddle putt and maybe give it a run. Alright, hopefully I wasn't blocking that. Just kind of went straight over the basket. But alright, hole 6, got another tee pad we're reusing. Plays again somewhere around 260, maybe 270 now that we moved the basket. Plays the same one as hole 1. Straight through this gap up by that tree line out there, and then just out to the left. So I think we're gonna go Thunderbird again. Alright, I'm gonna change my mind. Not gonna go with this Thunderbird. This one's my straighter. Hopefully soon it'll be an understable one. I'm gonna go slightly over. I'm gonna go with my slightly overstable one. This yellow one here, a G-Star. Alright, kind of hug that right side or that left side a little bit too much. Depending on where it landed, should have an easy up and down. Alright. So yeah. Alright, so we landed just kind of by this big tree over here into the woods. Basket's right behind me. Kind of there in the corner of that tree line by that pine tree. Let's see what we can do. Alright, that's gonna wrap it up for today. This is gonna be the first 6 holes. If you guys want to see the rest of the course, the final 12, be sure to subscribe. We're 1 over so far through 6. Feels pretty good. I've had better, I've had worse. So yeah, if you want to see the rest of the course, be sure to stay tuned for those. Be coming out in the next couple of weeks. So yeah, if you guys saw anything you really liked, let me know down below. Be sure to like it if you enjoyed and share it with your friends. See you guys later.